If you guys are playing FIFA 19 and want some God Squads, check out FIFAcoin.com. I have a link in the description down below. They have really cheap and reliable coins. Use Fangs for a 5% discount.
Hey guys, how's it going? It is Fangs, and by the title of the video, you're probably thinking, what is even going on? Now, before we get started with this video, guys, as of right now, once you watch this, once you get through the entire video, because you should watch it all the way through, I am live on Mixer. If you guys want to come in there and check me out doing some FIFA live, which I know you guys love to see. Link in the description down below. Let me know that you came over from this video so you guys can tell what's going on in the title. My eyes have something that happened to them, and I wanted to kind of go like briefly through the timeline of what made this happen. I have no idea what I'm actually going to title this, and we've not even had just like a sit down talk in a while on this channel, so there might be some other things that like kind of are in this video that I want to ask you guys about my channel in general and what you want to see on my channel. But let's just get this started. First things first, the realist. So it wasn't, but I guess maybe 2 months ago, my cute little bitty baby boy, I think he had to be about 10 months at the time, we were in my bedroom, and I've always had, just so you guys know, I've always had 20/20 vision. I've never had to have glasses. I've done eye tests. They've checked for astigmatism, all this stuff. I've never had a problem with my eyes. I remember I used to kind of give Will some stiff about him wearing glasses all the time, and then of course if you would have seen on my Fubi channel, he went and got LASIK, and so he's just recently, in the last 3 or 4 months, he has 20/20 vision, and he had terrible vision. So I mean, nothing's wrong with glasses, by the way. I just like to give him some, some stiff about it. But so this is karma, I feel like, in a way. So I go to hug my son. He's sitting there, he's on the ground, and he's got, when they're babies, they've got wild hands, like really wild hands, I'm not gonna lie. And so whenever I go to hug him, he kind of reaches out really quickly, and it was just like this instant moment where all of a sudden his finger jabbed into my eye, and I was just like, oh gosh, and I backed up, and I looked like, my eye was like closed like this, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I've played basketball. I've played sports that have contact where you're going to get jabbed in the eye, and I have been jabbed in the eye often. So I was like, oh, my eye was watering, and I thought everything was gonna be okay, everything is fine. I just give it 20 minutes. Just give it like 20 minutes, you get rid of all that blurriness and all the pain and the eye watering. And I even put a couple of like eye drops in there, like, just put some eye drops in there, everything's gonna be okay. So I went on to live stream past that, and I remember being in the middle of my live stream at the time, and I was like, man, like, I can't see anything. And I was playing Fortnite actually, and I was trying to play Fortnite. Somehow, by the way, I got a victory royale not being able to see anything. I pretty much had one eye, but I noticed that I couldn't see anything, and I was covering it up. It's this eye. I was covering it up, and I was like, wait, what is going on here? Like, why? Everything was so blurry. And so I thought, you know what? Maybe it'll take a couple of hours. Maybe like something has happened and it'll take a couple of hours. And during the stream, my viewers were like, hey, you need to go probably see an eye doctor pretty quickly, because that can get infected. If he's cut your eye, like, which I didn't think he had, then that can get infected. So I was kind of freaking out, but I finished the live stream because, we always finish the live stream, and I decided to go see an eye doctor. So I went to the eye doctor at that time right afterwards, and she took a look at it, and she was like, whoa, and I was like, oh no, what does that mean? And I was trying to do the eye test, and if I covered this, like, it was literally, everything looked like it was like Russian. I mean, not that Russian writing looks that bad, but I mean, it's different to me. Like, it looked foreign. Everything looked foreign to me. It was like all different, it didn't even look like Russian letters. It looked more like alien, like hieroglyphics or whatever. I don't even know. I don't know what I'm saying with that, but it looked crazy. And so I looked, and I'm like, this is not good. And so she looked in there, and she said that at that time, usually I have 20/20, I had like 20/50 or something crazy. Like, my eyesight was so off. And so she said there's a huge slice across my cornea, and it was very deep, and so they needed to treat it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Well, let's treat it. Let's get this fixed. And so I got, at first, I think it was an antibiotic, to put an antibiotic eye drop in there, and I did that for, I think, 3 days or so. And so we'd put that in there, and I just eye drops after eye drops, just trying to clean it out. And it started to get a little bit better after those 3 days, and I was like, okay, this is doing good. So I went for a final checkup with her, and she was like, okay, so it's still swollen, but we think it's like 95% healed, so let's just try to give you a steroid to get the swelling down, because I was still kind of having vision problems with it, although I could see a lot better. Like, I could see the letters. Even right now, like, I can see the letters. And she was like, okay, let's try the steroid. So I did the steroid for 5 days, and I thought, you know what, I'm clear. I'm out of the water. I don't have any problems. Like, this is gonna be fine, and my eye is fine. Hopefully this never happens again. I avoid baby fingers at all costs. So I ended up doing that, and then maybe a few weeks passed, I guess, and I started noticing when I was playing video games, mostly like anything where I had to focus really hard, or if I looked down at my phone for a second, or maybe looked at the TV and I looked away for even a second, my eye would just completely blur over. Like I couldn't see out of it for like 5 seconds at a time, and I was like, what the heck is going on? And it was making me nauseous, like extremely nauseous, where I almost felt like physically sick because of it. And so I'm like, what is going on? And I dealt with it for maybe a few days, and then I realized that this is not okay, and maybe I should go back to the eye doctor because maybe my eye didn't completely heal. So I went back to the eye doctor, and she took a look, and she was like, it looks like, I mean, it healed, your cornea is healed over. She said, but let's try this test. I just want to test something just to see what's going on with it. So I did this test, and they put this thing in front of your face, and it comes down, it goes like up and down, and it's like these different lenses, and I guess it's testing for astigmatism, because my vision, like I could still see 20/20, like I could see the letters from a distance, I could see up close, I didn't have like nearsighted or farsightedness, it just was based on like, the way it looked, like she was like, the same picture, she'd be like, is this blurrier or not blurrier? Blurrier or not blurrier? And I was like, okay, well, I thought I did pretty okay on it. And then afterwards she was like, well, it turns out that you have a tad bit of astigmatism. And I was like, what? Like, I've never had that in my entire life, astigmatism. I know I've seen commercials about it, and I've seen all this stuff, but I've never had that in my entire life. And so apparently when you have injuries to your eye, the way that the scar tissue heals on it can somehow change the shape of the cornea, may be the thing of it, but just slightly. Mine was ever so slightly that I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess I have the astigmatism, how do we fix it? And she was like, well, you're probably gonna have to get eyeglasses. And I was like, what? Eyeglasses? Like, I don't want to put anything on my face ever, because it's like, I just don't want to have to put something on my face. I was like, okay, well, maybe we can do a prescription, and maybe there can be a contact. And she was like, well, actually this one is so slight that they feel like they don't need to make contacts for this astigmatism, so you really, all you can do is wear glasses, and the only time you really need to wear them is whenever you are focusing on a screen, my whole job, what I do all the time, play video games, or when you're driving at night, because it like helps with the reflectiveness. I've always had terrible night vision. Like, I get really bad reflections that come off of cars and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my freaking god. And so at this point, I'm actually kind of really depressed. Like, I don't want to wear glasses. It's not something that I'm interested in. I never wanted to have that happen. And apparently, oh wait, let me just get them for you real quick. Are you ready for this? 3, 2, 1. These are the bad boys right here. By the way, you might see them in some videos, especially if I'm playing FIFA. And they do help. I notice I'm looking like at the screens right now, and I don't feel like I'm like needing to over focus at all. Like, and I also made them, I got these done. You can get these blue reflective something. I know nothing about glasses, so whenever I'm saying this and trying to describe this to you, don't act like I know. There's some kind of blue lens or something like that I got on this, so that it protects your eyes from what the TV is putting off, some kind of blue light that the TV or the monitors are putting off. And so I have these on, and to be honest, they don't look that bad. I went through a bunch of different selections of them, and I just like, I was very depressed at the time. I'm not gonna lie, I was very depressed. It actually like was like heartbreaking to me, because I've always loved that I've had such great vision, and I have to remind myself that I do still have really good vision. It's just that you have this astigmatism, and it can make you kind of nauseous sometimes if you're over focusing, and then you go blurry, and you might need to wear these glasses, Jesse. Anyway, I'm kind of freaking out again. But so I have to wear these, and I can't wear contacts. I need to wear these when I'm playing video games, pretty much, which I know there's a lot of girls out there that just wear them just to wear them to look cute, but I don't know if I look cute. I don't think, it just doesn't look like me to me. That's the thing for me. It doesn't look like me, and it actually kind of makes me a little bit sad, but hopefully they will grow on me forever. I can hold this against my child. If he ever does anything bad when he's a teenager, I'll be like, you poked my eye out and made me have to purchase these glasses. I forgot what the brands that I ended up getting was. They're called One People, I think. Oh, Oliver Peoples, LA. They're made in Italy, handcrafted in Italy. So thank you so much, Italy, for making these beautiful, beautiful glasses that we've put together right here. I'll try to focus on them, see if you can see that right there. You're probably not going to. It's going to focus my face. But it shows these little dimensions, and yeah, they do help. I put them on to drive on the way home, and I was like, whoa! I don't know if I've ever seen this clearly when it comes to things in the first place anyway. So they do help, and hopefully they will be amazing, but this is something that you're gonna see, and it's gonna be new, and I'm not trying to be trendy and cute. It's really just because my eye is like blinded sometimes, so yeah, that stinks. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, that's the whole story of the eyeglasses, by the way, so that's why they're here, that's why they're on my face, and something that I really wanted to talk about, just kind of to finish this video off. Hopefully you guys have lasted this long. If you have, put like hashtag lasted in the comments down below so that I know you're the real MVP. Is this channel is so hard to understand. So I stopped doing bath drafts because I felt like people were just unsubscribing when I did a bath draft because they're like, oh my god, you're just getting in your bikini to do a draft or whatever, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll stop doing it. And so for a while, people were subscribing again, and they were really into the draft content and FIFA, which is what I do. This is what this channel is based off of. And then out of nowhere, like here recently in the last week, like 1,000 people have unsubscribed, and it's been mostly FIFA. So I want to know, like, what's going on with y'all? Like, what are y'all thinking with the content with FIFA? Like, are you not liking the drafts? Obviously, you view the drafts longer and more than you do pack openings. And then I've also got, like, ideas of doing, like, obviously I wanted to do reviews for some players on FIFA and all that kind of stuff. And I have one right now that I'm thinking about releasing for VVD, the new card that you got in the SBC, Player of the Year, I believe is what it is. But I don't know if you guys want to actually see that. So, I mean, if you want to see that, put hashtag Player of the Year in the chat. But I really want to know what y'all are looking for in terms of content on here. I know a lot of people are going to say FIFA's dead, don't play FIFA. But this is a FIFA channel. Like, in the end, you won't watch another game. I've tried to put Fortnite on this channel, and people say to play Fortnite, but then no one comes and watches it. More people will come and watch FIFA than they'll watch Fortnite. So you just get me in this like back and forth where I don't even understand what you guys want to see. I tried to take away the differences in content where I was doing like real life stuff and FIFA stuff because the algorithm on YouTube, if you guys don't know, changed big time. It used to work. Obviously, I used to get over 100,000 views a video, and that's because what I did worked with the algorithm. Now it doesn't. Now they want you to do one style of content, and if people show up to watch that, then they'll show it to them the next day. If you don't show up to watch it, they're not going to show it to you usually in your sub boxes the next day. It's very hard. The whole YouTube thing in general is hard for me. That's why I've pushed more into the streaming realm, and I love streaming. And that's why I'm on Mixer doing that, is because YouTube has become such like a weird, I just can't even like understand where to go with it type of thing, and I've been doing it for like 6 years, and it's just become this weird thing. But of course I'll never quit this channel because I put my heart and soul into this channel, and I want it to be everything that I can have it be. And that's, if it's gonna work with FIFA, it is. If it's not, then it's not. But I've tried other new things, and those didn't work either. So FIFA's the only thing that seems to keep it kind of going. I do have a vlog channel, which I upload on maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. I could do more on that if people really wanted me to. It does do good in terms of views. And then I have the reaction channel, which I haven't been uploading on as much, but I will this weekend because JJ's releasing a music video. But yeah, I just kind of want to have like your ideas, like actually comment in the comments down below. I noticed that like not as many people comment. Don't be afraid to. I read those. That's the only way I hear from you guys is I read those. If you guys did enjoy this video and you just kind of, you know, want to help a sister out from feeling like crap for having to wear glasses now, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new. This is your first time coming here. This wouldn't be your first time seeing me then. This is normal for you. These glasses are normal. Thank you so much for watching the video, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Check me out on Mixer. We're live right now. You finished the video. We're live on Mixer. Come check me out.